Hello, everyone, and welcome to my New Japan Pro Wrestling's World Tag League Day 1 review, as Day 1's in the books. And it's time for my review, as we start off with Yoda Tsuji and Yui Mora take on Michael Elgin and Jeff Cobb to open up the show. Cobb and Tsuji start this off. Elgin and Cobb, being the big, thick boys that they are, use their strength to dominate the match. And Mora fires up at one point against Elgin, gets a pop from the crowd. Elgin and Cobb do the trade-off suplex spots, where they just tag in and out, and they just trade the suplex, holding them up in the air for the suplex before finally hitting them with it. As a standing moonsault from Jeff Cobb, just a thing of beauty there. Like an orca whale jumping out of the water. How does a man that big do it? It's just simply incredible. A double-team Boston Crab from the Young Lions, each Young Lion grabbing a leg of Jeff Cobb, which Jeff Cobb's legs are just fucking massive compared to these Young Lions. As Elgin breaks it up with chops. Crazy double-team power bomb lung blower from Elgin and Cobb. Yui Mora breaks it up, and that would have been the finish right there. Jeff Cobb hits the Tour of the Islands, though, shortly afterwards for the win. Decent little opener. For a Young Lions versus a Tag League team, decent fucking opener. Can't complain about that at all. Ren Narita, Tomoaki Akiyama take on Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi. As our next match, Taka's here. Hell yeah. As, if you don't know, Taka is currently suspended for 12 months from Kandai Dojo, which, of course, he founded for adultery. He is cheating on his wife with a mistress. As, well, you know, in his Pega doc as well. Something that the wrestler world should take notice, in my opinion. I've always admired how Japanese culture punishes those who cheat and do adultery. As, you know, it's been a thing in pro wrestling before. Tai Chi, funny enough, he's in the match. He's got suspended for a year from All Japan when he got caught doing it. You know, it's a thing that they punish. So that's always a thing I've admired. But going on with the match, though, loved Zack Sabre Jr. and Ren Narita sequences here. Some good grappling on display. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. is a tremendous grappler. Narita, he's shown signs of that. So here, he gets a guy who's not a Young Lion who will grapple back with him. And it was great. It was great stuff there. Tai Chi hits Narita with a chair on the outside, though. Zack cranks on Narita's neck with a cravat. Awesome stuff there. Usually people do the cravat suplex. They don't actually put on the cravat and use it as a move. But here, Zack does it on the Young Lion. Well, Ren Narita, he's got a counter, with which he does, with a body slam to get out of it. And he makes the hot tag to Hanma, who clears house. Kokeshi on Tai Chi. Doesn't make the cover, though. Narita and Hanma go for the double team. As Hanma gets caught on the top rope by Zack Sabre Jr., giving Tai Chi time to recover. Tai Chi gets a head kick on Narita, and the pants are off, and he fucking kills him again with another head kick for the win. I enjoyed that the Narita and Zack Sabre Jr. stuff. That was a lot of fun. Narita with a bloody nose from the finish after Tai Chi murdered him with a super kick. As hopefully he's okay. I'm sure he'll be fine. It's a bloody nose. It happens. It happens. Listen, this ain't ballet out here. But Suzuki Gun versus Suzuki Gun time here. As KS and Yoshinobu Kanemaru take Minoru Suzuki, El Desperado, and Azuka. As Suzuki and Desperado jumpstart the match against KS and Yoshinobu Kanemaru brawling on the outside to start this off the first couple of minutes. As Suzuki and Davey Boy Smith Jr. Started off for just a couple of seconds before Suzuki tags out to Azuka and goes back to the outside. We go as the junior tag champs fought each other the first 5 minutes on the outside. That's always great. Suzuki and Archer go way up into the crowd. At one point, I died a little inside watching Azuka get offense on Davey Boy Smith Jr. I was just like, God damn it. He's so bad. Like, why? Why, New Japan? As a pounce by Lance Archer on the Desperado. Fuck yes. I love a goddamn pounce. As a PK kick from Suzuki onto Kanemaru gets a 2 count. As Suzuki hits the Gotch style pile driver for the win, though. My money was on Suzuki Gun the whole time, though, so I'm glad I got that off my chest. There's first World Tag League match of the show and of the tour here in 2018. Shota Umino and Ren Narita take on Juice and Dave Finlay Jr. as Juice in full Macho Man gimmick entrance gear. I'm all about it. As Finlay Jr. and Yoshida start this off. Yoshida getting a good amount of offense early on. awesome overhead the belly suplex from Yumino onto Juice. Yoshida and Yumino with submission holds in the ring for a bit before Juice and David Finlay Jr. make it to the ropes. Yumino with a backslide, followed up with a La Maestral on David Finlay Jr., who kicks out of both of them, obviously, as David Finlay Jr. hits the jumping stunner on Yumino for the win. Again, Yumino and Yoshida with impressive outings from both men there. They got bright futures, those kids. Showed the Yumino, Yoshida, Ren Narita, and those three specifically so far in this Young Lion group. They've been impressing me the most this year, here in 2018. As from the Young Lions to the Old Guard we go, as Yuji Nagata and Manabu Nakanishi taking on Satoshi Kojima and Hiroshi Tenzan here. Hanma commentary as well. God bless this man. His voice will wake your ass up at 5 a.m. Let me tell you, it scares the shit out of you. Yes, and it sounds like you're being possessed, and you got a ghost telling you some shit. As Nakanishi with a big splash on Tenzan, gets a 2 count. Crazy looking suplex from Tenzan gets a 2 count. It was like a slow ass snap suplex, and it just looked very odd. Wouldn't recommend it for anybody else trying to do that. Machine gun chops from Kojima on the guy in the corner. Koji cutter. Doesn't pin him though. Follows up with a brainbuster. Gets a 2 count. Cozy layered from Kojima. Gets countered into the Nagata lock. Tenzan breaks it up. A back jump driver from Nagata gets the win for Nakanishi and Nagata there. As next matchup, Hangman Page and Yujiro Takahashi taking on Best Friends. Chuck Taylor and Yujiro start this off. Beautiful roll-up from Chuck Taylor, gets a 2 count. Great counter from Trent into a Northern Lights suplex on the Hangman Page. Tope Kahilo from Chuck Taylor takes out Hangman Page and Yujiro. Slingshot layer from Page into a Miami Shine from Yujiro Takahashi. Chuck Taylor has to break it up before the finish. And strong zero combo from Best Friends gets the win. That's a little dude buster combo with a double foot stomp. At least that's what they called it. At least that's what they called it when they were Roppongi Vice, when it was Tritt and Rocky doing it. So I'm assuming it's a different name, but I'm just going to call it the same name, because I don't think they gave it a special name. It's not like the Best Friends combo gimmick or whatever. But last match of the tag league for the night, as Togi Makabe and Toa Hanare taking on G.O.D. Tama Tonga. Face fucking the camera might be my favorite entrance gimmick in wrestling right now. I fucking pop every time he does it. I think it's hilarious. As Tongalo and Togi Makabe start this off, Jado hits Hanare with a kendo stick. As Tama Tonga hits his corner splash on Toa Hanare. Best corner splash in the business. I don't care what anybody says. Man's been awesome at doing corner splashes since he showed up in New Japan. Corner lariats from Makabe. Blue Thunder driver from Tongaloa. Makabe has to break it up. As Jado again strikes with a kendo stick. This time it's on Togi Makabe. Gun stun onto Makabe, followed up by the kendo stick shot. As goes for it again on Hanare, who blocks it. As Hanare counters it, shoves him off the ropes, hits a pop-up Samoan drop that gets a 2 count. Tongaloa hits a lariat that turns Hanare inside out. Great fucking sell there. He fucking murdered him with it. As follows up with ape shit. And get G.O.D. getting the win there. No surprise there. Really no surprises as far as who's been winning these tag team matches. Tag league block matches so far on this day. Really the only one that was up in the air was Ten Koji versus Nakanishi and Nagata. Just because they were two kind of even level teams. Pretty much most of these block matches on this day, they're pretty one-sided. You have the established kind of talent and David Finlay Jr. and Juice taking on, obviously, the Young Lions. They're not going to win. And you have, Hangman Page and Yujiro. You knew Yujiro was going to take the fall there. And then you have Togi Makabe and Toa Hanare, who's been out of the Young Lions system this year, but he's still gradually trying to get some more wins under his belt. He's still losing a lot. So here, really no surprises so far on this day as far as the tag league went. But the main event, though, LIJ vs. Chaos 5v5 match. Shingo and Sho start this off. Chop battles between both men. Ends with a drop kick from Sho. Paradise Lock onto Yano by Sonata. As Yano gets the tag to Okada, who comes in and clears house. Sho and Yo looking for Roppongi 3K, but Bushi fights it off. Sho goes off the ropes and runs into a lariat from Shingo. Fucking murdered him. Falcon Arrow from Yo onto Shingo. Bushi makes the tag to Naito, who comes in and hits the Destino onto Yo. getting the win for LIJ, ending day 1 of the Tag League. Not a bad day, if I do say so myself, but they honestly just, tough to kind of pick a match in the night, because a lot of the tag matches, there's not really a clear one, in my opinion. Honestly, if we're going to talk about maybe the match of the night, I'll go with Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi versus Ren Narita and Tomoaki Hanma. I'm going to be honest. If I had to pick one gun to the head, I'm going with that one. The Narita and Zack Sabre Jr. sequences were really the highlight of the day. Day 1 of the World Tag League here in New Japan. If that's probably a bad sign. If that's your highlight, is when a young lion and one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, Zack Sabre Jr., are doing amateur wrestling spots and grappling, and that's your highlight. For some people, that might be a bad thing, but listen, you gotta find the positive sometimes in these tag leagues days here, as that will do it, of course, for the review of the first day of the Tag League, as we're coming right back tomorrow for the Tag League Day 2 preview, as that's going to be in Cork and all free, again, on New Japan World. So if you want to see some New Japan and you don't have New Japan World, go ahead, watch the show, stay up on a Saturday if you're here in the United States. Stay up, have some fun, watch a Tag League show, have yourself a blast. The main event's going to be Jeff Cobb and Elgin taking on Evil and Sonata, so not a bad main event. For free, might as well, if you want to watch some New Japan, check it out, as I will see you guys there for the preview and the review of that show tomorrow. Take care, everyone.